Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Dragon Relations. Now today I'm going to be giving you guys my weekly Q&A, and I've started a new thing where every 5 Q&As I'll do an extended Q&A, probably around an hour, maybe less, maybe more. Every 5 Q&As I'll do that, otherwise it'll be 20 to 25 minutes. It's a new thing I'm going to start. I know a lot of guys like longer Q&As, and if you don't like longer Q&As, please don't go complaining in the comment section that they're too long. You don't have to watch the whole thing. You can watch as many questions as you want and then leave. You're not going to be missing out on any beginning, middle, of end here. It's not like a regular discussion video. I'm just answering questions, so I don't really think it's a big deal. So, let's get right into this. If Super Perfect Cell were to be buff and giant, would he be stronger than Gohan? So I think, now this is interesting because I actually think when Cell buffs up against Gohan, you know, when he buffs up and hits Gohan, obviously he's much slower. Considering how much stronger Cell was than normal Super Saiyan Goku, I would think that it would almost be a similar situation where Ultra Trunks and Perfect Cell were fighting. I like to think in my own headcanon that maybe Cell at that point, when he buffs up, is stronger than Gohan, but he just can't hit Gohan. He's slowed down way too much, and he buffed up even more than Trunks did, quite frankly. I would think so. I don't know if you guys think that or not, but Super Perfect Cell buffed up would most definitely be stronger than Gohan. Some would even argue Super Perfect Cell on his own would be stronger. That's another video for another day. I'm not asking anyone to debate that in this Q&A. That's another video for another day. But I definitely think if Super Perfect Cell were to buff up, there's no question he would be stronger than Gohan, but he wouldn't be able to hit him. That's the problem. So it would be pretty much worthless, really. Let's see, are you familiar with power level channels DC Infamous 120, Saiyan Legend, Love 4, Carpi, Seth the Programmer? The only one I know there and I watch occasionally is Seth the Programmer. That's all I know. Vegito 1089 is good as well. Even if I think that he puts his numbers a little high, there is some consistency with the power. Would you drink Kim Kardashian breast milk for 1 million subscribers? Sure, why not? Especially if they're like active subs. That's a lot of views a day. Do I only have to drink the breast milk once? Because I'm sure breast milk does not taste that good. I get how Videl went to heaven, but how did Chi-Chi go to heaven? I don't understand what would make you think she wouldn't. If you're trying to say maybe she's like a bitch. I mean, that's mostly the Funimation dubs doing. She's not quite like that. In the manga especially, she's not quite as bad as people make her out to be. Even in the Japanese, she's not quite as bad. It is a little bit worse because of the filler. But Chi-Chi's not really... Chi-Chi, even in the Funimation dub, why would she not go to heaven? I don't really see why she wouldn't, so I don't know. What would it take to make you drop the Dragon Ball Super anime and maybe go back when it's over? Nothing. I have to cover it. And I like watching it, so... yeah, I like covering it, so... I just start to read DBS Scan. What do you think? The tournament idea was take from the fan-made Scan Dragon Ball Multiverse. Oh, you mean the whole Universe 6 stuff? I don't really think they took the idea from it, but they might have been inspired. It is similar, definitely, but there's a lot of similarities with a lot of Dragon Ball stuff, fan-made and not. There's a couple GT similarities. Definitely, there's some fan-made similarities. It could be coincidence, it could not be. Multiverse is pretty popular, so who knows? They could have been inspired. What do you think Frost is hiding? It's a good question. Sat or act? I don't even know. If he's talking about act mouthwash. Goku pre-Ginyu Zenkai versus Vegeta post-Raccoon Zenkai. This isn't even a real fight in my mind. Goku, when he landed on Namek, was a 90,000. This would be the Goku before the Ginyu Zenkai. I know a lot of people have argued with me. For some reason, I don't understand it. They've argued that Goku was 180,000. Goku was not 180,000 until he did his Kaioken. Goku, when he landed on Namek, was a 90,000. Now, Vegeta post-Raccoon Zenkai could manhandle... Well, I shouldn't say manhandle at all. What I meant by manhandle is tangle. He pretty much forced Frieza to transform. People have speculated Vegeta's power level was like a 300,000. I'd say it's more than that. But Vegeta's power level was way above Goku's when Goku landed on Namek. Vegeta takes this fight no problem. He made Frieza transform. He was able to make Frieza power up So there's not a question in my mind that Vegeta would have mud-stomped Goku. How much of a power increase does the other Kai mystic powers give? I was always confused on this because of how Gohan went from being weaker than what he was when he fought Cell to stronger than Super Buu in such a short amount of time. It just releases your latent potential. There is no formula to really, there is no formula to calculate it. SSJ3 Goku, Battle of Gods versus regular Super Buu. And now, for the love of God, no, I know there's going to be people saying Kid Buu stronger than Super Buu, and they're incorrect. That's the number one thing. Power scaling wise, I've always seen bare minimum that Super Buu is about 10 times the strength of Goku based on how much stronger Gotenks after the time chamber should be. Then, that's a Super Saiyan at least, then put the Super Saiyan 3 multiplier on. I always think that ballpark, bare minimum ballpark here, that regular Super Buu is about 10 times stronger than Super Saiyan 3 Goku was in the Buu saga. In a few years, there's no way Goku got stronger than that in my mind at all. That's my opinion. There's no way he got 10 times stronger. That's what I would say. I mean, over the 7-year gap from the Cell games to the Buu saga, Goku only got about twice, maybe 3 times stronger, based on Vegeta saying, oh, well, at least you're stronger than your son was against Cell when Goku was Super Saiyan 2. He doesn't mention anything like that when Goku's Super Saiyan 1, telling me that they're both, him and Vegeta, are both still weaker than Gohan was when he went Super Saiyan 2. They're not even 3 times stronger than what they were 7 years ago. So in a few years, I doubt he could get 10 times stronger. And in case anyone's wondering why Super Buu is 10 times Goku, Goku said that Gotenks would be able to beat Buu, Fat Buu. Goku could only assume that Gotenks would go Super Saiyan 1. Now everyone listen to me because I still have people arguing with me about this. Gotenks should be at that point somewhere in the range of Goku as a Super Saiyan 3, because if they can both beat Fat Buu, Goku's still going to be stronger in my mind. But after Gotenks trains in the time chamber, based on how shocked Piccolo is about base Gotenks' strength, that tells me how much he really increased in power. As a Super Saiyan, I would say he would definitely be above Goku. Then Super Saiyan 3 multiplier on top of that is 8 times. I'd say ballpark, he's around 10 times stronger than Goku. Him and Super Buu are around 10, maybe 11 times stronger than Goku. Minimum. If people still can't agree with that, that's their problem. That's just power scaling wise. There's nothing in the manga, not the English Funimation dub, in the manga to disregard the fact that Gotenks and Super Buu are both stronger than Goku. There's nothing in the manga to say otherwise. Everything that would disregard that is in the Funimation dub, where it changed a ton of lines, where they said that Kid Buu was the strongest, but it's in fact the most dangerous, not the strongest. Goku was afraid of Super Buu when they were inside of Buu. He says even though he's back to normal, we'll stand no chance. That's after Vegeta even knows he has Super Saiyan 3. Goku could have gone Super Saiyan 3 to beat Buu. He still did not because he couldn't. They could not defeat Buu at that point. Kid Buu was the only Buu besides Fat Buu that Goku could have defeated, and I guess Gray Buu possibly. Super Buu would have mud stomped Goku, and that's the end of it. And I don't think Goku got that enough of a strength increase to beat Super Buu. I spent way too much time on that question. Honestly, guys, that is the reason why Goku is much weaker than Super Buu. If you read the manga, and he only fought him as a Super Saiyan 2 in the anime. He never turned Super Saiyan. He never fought him in the manga. Goku in the manga was terrified of Super Buu. He threatened. He had it ready. He was going to blow a hole inside of Buu because he knew he couldn't defeat him. I've had people argue that when Buu was attacking them inside of Buu or ready to attack them, they're like, oh, he had the power of Buuhan. Goku says even though he's back to normal Super Buu, and together they still wouldn't stand a chance. He wasn't hiding Super Saiyan 3. Vegeta already knew about it before they fused into Vegito. There's nothing that would disregard this. And if you guys still think Kid Buu's stronger, I can't help you. I really cannot. I'll have to do an in-depth video on that eventually. But as of now, that's what I say. And if you guys still disagree, that's not my problem. And I'm sure I'm going to have I'm going to have an absolute ton of comments I'm sure about that one. Favorite Dragon Ball Z game. I enjoy, listen to me when I say this, the one I've had the most fun with, and is my favorite, is Xenoverse. Now, what is a better game? I think Burst Limit, the Budokai 3, I think Shin Budokai, and a couple other Budokai type style games are more well made. Listen to those words. I've had people twist that. More well made, but even though Xenoverse is a lot more clunky, it has some broken elements, I have more fun and I just enjoy playing it the most. That's why it's my favorite, but I think those other games are more well made and better games. But that does not mean I like them more. I do not have as much fun, even though I have a blast playing them. Hopefully no one gets that twisted. Xenoverse is my favorite, followed by Budokai 3 and Burst Limit, and probably Shin Budokai Another Road. I know someone's gonna get the twisted, oh, how could you like that Xenoverse piece of crap? I don't know. I don't know how people like Modern Warfare 2 still, but people still play it. A lot of people play that game, and that game's busted now. Hey, what, when, why, ask, okay. Don't quite understand that one. Why do villains seem to get extremely weaker when they're dead, like Cell, Frieza, Dabura, and Ginyu? I mean, I don't think they get weaker. I think it's just that the writing makes the characters in that filler stronger that they're fighting. Pycon, even though I'm not going to say he's not stronger than Cell because there's plenty of evidence to suggest that he is. When he kicked Cell like that, Cell was definitely caught off guard, I would still say. I'd still think Pycon's stronger than Cell based on how he fought Goku. But I would still say he shouldn't have been able to defeat him as easily as he did. That is just my honest opinion. Because if I remember that scene correctly, Cell was charging Goku that was in his base form, and Cell does hold back his power. We've seen that in the Cell games. He was holding back a lot of power, continually raising it against Goku. Even as Gohan, he was continually raising it, especially after he went Super Saiyan 2. He still had to power up a couple times till he got to his maximum form, which, quite honestly, when he went buff was when it was basically over. Cell does like to hold back his energy, kind of like Goku in a way, which is actually interesting. Obviously taking some of Goku's personality. Oh, this question's not even it basically just kind of ties into what I said before. Do you think Super Saiyan Vegito would have beaten Kid Buu? I don't even think it's a close fight. Vegito would have annihilated him. Gohan is the most powerful form of Majin Buu. Again, nothing from the manga disregards this. Goku, listen, even if you want to use the manga and you think that the anime and you think that this is the part that buffounds me here, and I'm gonna get a little bit maybe asshole-ish here. The part that confuses me is this happens in the anime too, and you could just use common sense, I'd feel, at this point. Even though in the Funimation dub they say Kid Buu was the strongest, think about this logically, guys. Goku and Vegeta have to use the Patara earrings to fuse into Vegito, a permanent fusion, mind you, to beat Super Buu. If someone's gonna tell me that Super Saiyan 3 Goku could have defeated Gohan without fusion, why in the hell would they risk fusing permanently just to beat a villain that Goku could have defeated on his own? Neither of them wanted to fuse. They wanted to fight on their own. Now, listen. When Kid Buu comes around, they are handed another pair of Patara earrings, and Goku crushes it because he does not need it. Because he knows he can defeat Kid Buu by himself. Goku could not defeat Gohan. He could not defeat regular Super Buu. Another point I know someone's going to bring up because the dub messes this up. When Buu Tanks defuses, people are going to be like, oh, well, Goku says I can handle you now. That's only in the dub. In the manga, he says Gohan should be able to handle you. It's nothing about Goku. Goku cannot fight them. Goku never fought any of the forms of Super Buu. That's the end of it. Oh, man. I'm talking a lot about Buu and Goku here. Super Saiyan 3, Goku Buu Saga Kaioken times 2 versus Super Buu. Again, Goku would get destroyed. It's not even close. It really is not. Do you like the new Ask FM new update? I personally don't. I hate it. I really do hate the way it's updated. I don't like the look of it. What if Bardock killed Frieza? Frieza would be gone, but I don't see how Bardock could kill Frieza, honestly. So DBN, if Bardock, father of Goku, is canon, and if Cooler make an appearance near the end, is Cooler technically canon? Well, no, because Bardock, father of Goku, is not a canon special. The character Bardock is canon, but that special is not adapted into the manga. Toriyama saw that special so much that he adapted the character of Bardock in the manga, but the events that perspire in that special are not in themselves canon. That's why Dragon Ball Minus is its own thing that tells the Bardock story. Well, Bardock and Goku's mother, obviously. But the Bardock special itself is not canon, if that makes sense. Did 17 and 18 get weaker when their explosives were removed by Shenron? I asked because how 18 made Super Saiyan Vegeta look bad in their fight, but how SSJ, Goten, and Trunks seem to have held their own in the tournament in the Buu saga. You have to understand that even though I don't think Goten and Trunks got stronger than 18 until after their training in the chamber, you have to understand that until they went Super Saiyan, and after they went Super Saiyan, that's when 18 cut the suit in half in the manga. She thought she was fighting a human. She was not going all out, ever, in that fight. She never went all out. She thought she was fighting just a regular, or super powerful, person. She didn't know she was fighting two Saiyans. That's what you gotta understand. This is an interesting... I want to do a video on how strong Kibito is. I might bring Mike on it because we're both, we like to do power scaling stuff. Kibito versus 16, I think Kibito would get his ass whooped. The main reason I say this is because if you look at Goku in this series, in the Buu saga, he's in his base form lifting the Z-Sword. Kibito couldn't even lift the Z-Sword, and Goku's base form is not even as strong as Android 16. And Kibito couldn't even lift the Z-Sword. That's telling me he's way weaker than Goku's base. Kibito's an incredibly weak character in comparison to a lot of people in the Buu saga, so that's what I would say about that one. Base Goten versus Gohan post Namek. You mean like right after Namek? I would... Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, did I say base Goten? Yeah, base Goten versus Gohan post Namek. I'd give Goten the edge on that one, honestly. If, memory serves me correct, it should. It depends how far post-Namek you really mean. Post-Namek saga in general, or post-they land, I'm not really sure. Pap a pic of the... I guess he means take a pic of the shirt you're wearing. No. What has been your favorite thing you've seen all day? Well, I was playing Rainbow Six Siege, and I got a triple kill. That was nice. I knifed the guy right in the domacle. That's always fun. Favorite thing I've seen all day. Saw a really nice pair of tits today. I don't know. I saw a lot of good things. I saw a double cheeseburger. I saw some French fries. I saw a nice cup of coffee. But that Rainbow Six Siege kill, though. Knifed the dude in the domacle. You can't ever get away with that one. Super Saiyan Goku Cell Tournament versus Full Power Bojack. I think Goku would get mopped, honestly. Bojack's got to be around Cell's level, and Cell was about 50% stronger than Goku. The reason being, number one, the one I like to, it's not chronological, obviously, but the one I like to point out is the amount of times he powered up against Gohan until he had reached pretty much the limit of his perfect form. Even without going buff, Goku was still shocked at how much Cell had increased. Number two, when Goku powered up to about half of his percentage against Korin, he told Korin he powered up to about half. And Korin can obviously, estimate what the next half would be. It's simple math. He still said that he didn't stand a chance against Cell. That's telling you Cell's really far ahead of Goku, and I think people underestimate how much stronger Cell is than Goku. Maybe there are times where I do bump Cell up a little bit more than he gets credit for. He's my second favorite villain. I try not to be biased. It's hard. Sometimes it's hard not to be biased, but I try not to be biased. But Bojack would mop the floor with Goku. Yes, Goku's my favorite character, by the way. In case anyone's saying, I've had people call me a Vegeta fanboy, when as a matter of fact, Goku's my favorite character. And I don't understand it. He's by far my favorite character. I don't understand people, but that's the internet for you, folks. Beerus should raffle stomp Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Beerus, even when he's holding back, is already a universe buster, while Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is a multi-galaxy buster. Why does Peeps keeps on comparing them? Well, I mean, Peeps, I don't know why Peeps always say Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is a multi-galaxy buster. Where was that ever stated? I don't know. Gogeta could be a universe buster for all we know. We really don't know Gogeta's power. I mean, in Super, they kind of, Goku kind of learned how to make those waves not, obviously happen anymore. I missed it the first couple times. I was actually wrong. I'm not gonna lie. I own up to my mistakes. I was wrong the first couple weeks about that whole universe thing, because people were telling me, oh, Goku learned how to dissipate them to not make them happen. The whole waves that were destroying the universe. I missed that, and I'm not gonna lie. I've been wrong before. I can accept my mistakes. I have plenty of old videos where I get slandered, and it sucks to see them. I've definitely gotten more, educated in a lot of things I talk about. I'm not perfect. No one's perfect, but to say Gogeta's a multi-galaxy buster, I don't know where you got that information from. Yes, Beerus is a universe buster. Super Saiyan God Goku's universe buster. Gogeta could be universe buster for all we know. We really don't know. And to say that it's guaranteed one would beat the other is a little silly. Even though I made a video on if Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is the strongest character ever. But that was before Super, just to be fair here. That was before I think it might be even before Dragon Ball Super was even announced. That's an old video. But I still stand by a lot of things I said in that video. I might link it. It's a little bit rusty compared to my newer stuff, but I might link it at the end of this video or in the description down below if you guys want to check it out. It's an older video, but yeah, I said some interesting things. Omega Shenron, his power kind of destroys the universe over a small amount of time. That could be kind of similar to what Beerus and Goku do with their punches. It could be stronger. We don't know all the properties of all this stuff. That's the thing. But I think one thing's for certain is Gogeta could potentially still be stronger than them. We don't know, because Gogeta himself, or Goku and GT could have maybe learned to stop his attacks from destroying the universe or whatever. But we never saw anything like that in GT, which is crazy. But then again, you gotta think it was before that. GT's writing was terrible. The power scaling in GT's terrible. I don't know. I'm not saying one's stronger than the other guys. I'm just saying you can't jump to conclusions like that. I don't think that there is definitive evidence that one of these two characters will beat the other. That's just my opinion. Some people are going to call me a moron. That's fine. It happens either way. This is kind of a similar question. Hey, DBN, I always wonder why people I keep trying to talk too fast. Oh, he said Peeps again. Why Peeps keep saying that Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta can beat Beerus. I bet even Toriyama hates this fact, as Beerus is literally a god of destruction, a god. Can you answer me why it's happening? Well, I kind of just answered it, but I think using the god argument is a terrible argument, because God, and I want to do a video on this, God does not mean a whole lot in terms of power and straight power level, I suppose you could say, in Dragon Ball. God of destruction is one thing, I guess, but when you say just God, like, there's a lot of gods. And, I don't think Toriyama really cares if people think Gogeta's stronger, because if he cared, he would have put a note to add into the story or whatever that really would have solidified the fact that no one in GT could touch these guys. And I still think that there's some precedence for GT characters. I'm not going to say that they're obviously stronger or one side's better. I used to be on the side of GT. I'm kind of split down the middle now, because both sides can have valid arguments. Quite honestly, I've made arguments for both sides, and it doesn't matter which sides you're on. There's going to be people that hate you for it, and it's just an anime, guys. You're going to get mad at me for talking about something we don't really even. If it's something so obvious as Super Buu being stronger than Goku, that's fine. But if it's something that we don't know 100%, like Gogeta versus Beerus, don't get all butthurt about it, because that's just childish in my mind. That just shows childishness. It really does. You can debate, I don't care, but if you're going to get butthurt and rant, that's silly in my mind, and it just shows immaturity. It really does. It honestly does. And it's kind of funny when I see that stuff. It really is. I don't think, I'm not slandering this guy at all. He's not like hating on me or anything. I don't really care. He can have his opinion, I can have mine. I can debate back and forth. I'll debate for both sides. I myself don't know the answer, and you guys know me on this channel. If I had an answer, I would not be afraid to say it at all. I wouldn't. I've never been afraid to speak my mind on Dragon Ball. Never. Because what's someone going to do? Dislike my video? Okay, I don't care. I still have plenty of people that watch my content. Almost no matter what I say. They like listening to me, and that's pretty much what I like most about YouTube. People can hate on it if they want. And there's going to be random people that find us the search feed and come on and slander me. Fuck them. Pretty much. Let's move on to the next question. I like these longer Q&As because my temper will skyrocket more so than in the shorter Q&As. The longer I do a Q&A for, the more angry or pissed off I'll be. I'm not going to get to Hail Zeon level. He'll get mad. But I'll get pissed off myself. None of my friends on Skype have, Quaman, Geekdom, all those guys have not seen me mad. I've seen Quaman mad, by the way. That's an interesting thing. No one has seen me mad, and it's never a pretty sight, but it doesn't happen often because I'm a pretty cool down person. I can cool myself off even though I get mad easy. I just don't show it off. If Super Saiyan 4 Goku, I guess he didn't say Goku, but see, I'm Goku fanboying already, guys. If Super Saiyan 4's tail has been cut off, would it revert him back to his base form? Yeah, I honestly would think so because it does take. That's super interesting of a question actually, because I think the obvious question off the bat would be yes. That's what I was saying, but if you think about it, it's obviously linked to the Ozaru form, the Great Ape, which is initialized by the Blutz waves. But when you're transforming into Super Saiyan 4 after the initial transformation, you don't use the Blutz wave. You don't need to look at the moon or anything. You just transform. So is it really necessary to have the tail? I want to say so because all the fur. That's an interesting question because you don't need the use of the Blutz waves after that. Transform to it at will. That is a super cool question. I've never thought of that. I would still say yes. But there is a couple layers to that, and I want to hear what you guys think of that one in the comment section down below. That's an interesting one. Because you're not using it as an Ozaru transformation anymore, really. That's cool. I like that question. When Babidi took Gohan's energy, the meter was half full. Fat Buu is twice as strong as Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. That hasn't trained for 7 years. So Goku, Super Saiyan 3 should be able to kill Buu easily, since Super Saiyan 3 is 4 times SSJ2. I understand. Excuse me. I understand what you're saying. I've talked to Mike about this, and I think it's honestly just an inconsistency. There's no way that Fat Buu is twice the strength of Gohan. Otherwise, Majin Vegeta would have done much better against him. Goku, I think Goku and Vegeta together would have been able to defeat Fat Buu if that was the case. That would kind of mean that even Super Perfect Cell should be somewhat in the range of Fat Buu. That's clearly not the case in my opinion. I think that it's an inconsistency, really. Honestly do. I think Mike thinks that Goku's about twice the strength of Fat Buu, which might be around the realm of possibility, but I don't think that Gohan's, half of Fat Buu's strength, honestly. I think it's just an inconsistency, really. I really do have a problem with that, but I do see the point you're making. There's nothing to really, I guess, 100% disregard it unless you're doing power scaling. Obviously, the writers don't think into it that much, but that one always bothered me. The Babidi saga and early Buu saga really bothers me with a lot of power scaling stuff. Me and Mike are going to do a video on it discussing it, but it is annoying, the power scaling in there. Do you think that there's a true Super Saiyan 4 transformation? I mean, technically SSJ2 and 3 are not needed to ascend to GT's SSJ4. Yeah, well, Super Saiyan 4 is a whole new transformation rather than Super Saiyan 2 and 3 being ascensions. Super Saiyan 2 is a Super Saiyan that has gone further beyond to the next level. Super Saiyan 3 even more so. Super Saiyan 4 is an entirely different transformation. That Super Saiyan God are not linked to Super Saiyan, the Super Saiyan transformation. Well, actually, Super Saiyan 4 obviously is, but not Super Saiyan 2 and 3. But yeah, that's pretty much it for that. Super Android 13 versus Semi Perfect Cell. I think Super Android 13 was mop the floor with him, honestly. I think he would demolish him just based on how he handled Goku and the others. I think Super Android 13 would demolish. Maybe not demolish, but he would definitely beat him pretty easily. I always thought Super Android 8. I keep talking way too fast, man. I don't know why I got to talk. I'm on some Thundershot 69 level right here, I swear. SS God, SS Vegeta, post hyperbolic time chamber. Or I guess Camber. I'm just messing, man. Training versus Golden Frieza. I'd say after that they would destroy Holden Frieza. I'm just messing, man. I'm not trying to make fun of you. I'm trying to spice things up here, right? I think they'd mop the floor with Frieza. I definitely think so. What physical version of Dragon Ball Z do you own? I own all the Blu-rays for Z, all the movie Blu-rays. No, all the movie Blu-rays. I have the Dragon Ball movies on disc. I have the blue bricks for Dragon Ball. I don't own Dragon Ball Evolution, so I guess I'm not a true fan. I have some of the manga chapters. I don't have every single manga. I have them digital. I'm trying. The thing about the manga, and it's impossible. I've heard that they stopped producing this version, and what I mean is the version that comes with the case. If you guys know what I'm talking about, I can't find that anywhere. I pay a lot of money for it. I can't find it anywhere. I can't. Everywhere I find it, it says does not come with the case. Now, I want to buy that manga set with the case. I don't want the 3-in-1s. I want the single mangas with the case. No idea where I can find that. If anyone ever finds one of those, feel free to shoot me a link on Facebook. Facebook's honestly the best bet, or Twitter message. YouTube, I never check my YouTube messages. I'm not even kidding. I almost never check them because I get way too many of them. It's hard to keep up with them. Even an Ask FM question might not be that bad. But the best way is through Facebook. I've been burping a lot. You guys probably haven't heard all of them, but I've been burping a lot in this Q&A. I drank a lot of coffee. Coffee makes you burp. I drank a lot of coffee today. Pui Pui versus Tien. I think Tien would lose, honestly. I think Pui Pui's not that powerful. But I'd probably put Pui Pui around maybe a 4-5 million. I don't think Tien got that strong. My honest opinion. Then again, it's so hard because you know what messes it up is that Tien deflected that shot from Buu, but it couldn't have had that much power in it. It's weird. I always thought that was weird, but I can't see Tien being in like a 10 million range, you know? That could be an even fight. I don't know. I think Pui Pui's got to be in the millions. Just because the Supreme Kai was still scared for the Z Fighters, even though he underestimated them. I think he still had to have been of a certain, you know, at least a somewhat decent strength, I would think. I'd like an episode that would lead into the story arc where we see the scientists, conspiracy theorists on the day Earth was wished back in the Kid Buu saga and have them feel that something amiss. Part 1. This would be the time they were trying to hide Buu from the world before they wished everyone's memory. That's interesting. We'd never see it, but that is an interesting thought. But in the panic, the man goes back to his basement and predicts that the government will try to erase everyone's memory of Buu, but somehow within the next year, most likely the Dragon Balls he found about the Dragon Balls on the internet. What? That's an interesting theory, I guess. I had trouble reading that. I think I just skimmed through and didn't read it properly. What things would you like to see happen in Dragon Ball Super? It can be major to the story, or it can be filler, or even silly filler. No limits. More Mr. Satan stuff. I would like to see Mr. Satan shenanigans. I know not everyone likes them, but I honestly would like to see a lot more Mr. Satan. He always gives me a good laugh. I imagine some would like. I know my good friend Black and Fist would like this. Is something with like Mr. Satan and the Peel-Off Gang together. I think that'd be hilarious. It really would. If you had 1,000 years of death technique on someone, or I guess if you had to do 1,000 years of death technique on someone, which I don't even know what that is. Do you know who it would be? It's a technique from Naruto where you insert your index finger and middle fingers into the opponent's bottom, which sends them flying. Oh. I'm not sticking my finger in anyone's butt, so sorry. Would you rather have a Dragon Ball show that continued on the Dragon Ball GT? I guess it means example of real life Dragon Ball AF. Fuck that. Or would you still choose Dragon Ball Super? Dragon Ball Super, I can't stand Dragon Ball AF. It's literally just terrible. It's cancer, bro. It's fucking awful. Who is stronger, Goku and Vegeta fusion versus Cell and Super Buu? Who would win? I don't know what point of the series do you mean, because both Goku and Vegeta in their base in Resurrection F and Dragon Ball Super, like Resurrection F arc, I would say probably both of them in their base could quite possibly beat Super Buu. I know there's going to be some idiot out there that says, oh, well, you just said Goku and Vegeta couldn't get stronger than Super Buu before. It's different when they're going to God training, okay? So don't you fucking pull that on me. I know one idiot was going to say that because they don't listen. There's always that one idiot on a video that does not listen. It usually spirals into multiple idiots, but one of them was going to say that. If you're talking about Resurrection F, Goku and Vegeta, they could probably beat Super Buu on their own. I'm talking about like a fusion of Gogeta could definitely beat. I don't understand. Do you mean like a Cell and Super Buu fusion? Because if you're talking about Buu Saga, Goku and Vegeta, I think a Cell and Buu fusion would beat them. But I honestly don't understand the question really. I need a better example of what time Goku and Vegeta are fusing. Like, and if as Buu and Cell fusing, I don't understand. I really don't. For want of a nail, the shoe was lost. For want of a shoe, the horse was lost. For want of a horse, the knight was lost. For want of a knight, the battle was lost. So it was the kingdom. So was a kingdom was lost, all for a want of a nail. That's deep, man. That is deep, and does not make a lot of sense to me. I mean, I understand it, but it's weird. It's very strange. I think one of the biggest plot holes in Dragon Ball is when Piccolo, Goten, Trunks, and Buu were in the Room of Spirit and Time at the same time. If they could do that from the beginning, then Goku and Gohan could have trained with Vegeta and Trunks, and there would all be at least 2 people that who mastered Super Saiyan 2. Well, I wouldn't go as far as say that they mastered Super Saiyan 2. I don't think anyone mastered Super Saiyan 2 in the series. It's such an unstable transformation, yeah, and especially Super Saiyan 3, but even Super Saiyan 2, I don't really think Goku mastered even in obviously the Battle of Gods stuff. I don't even think he did. In my mind, if he mastered it and learned to control that perfectly, just like Super Saiyan 1, I think, and I don't want to go into fanfiction territory, but I think that would make him. I think that you, in my headcanon, need to be able to master a Super Saiyan transformation before you can integrate. I can't even speak, man. Add God key. I'm not even going to try to say that word right now. Sometimes I have moments where I can't say certain words. I don't know why. You can call me whatever you want, but I think you have to master a transformation before you can, integrate. There we go. God key into it. So Super Saiyan 1's mastered for Goku. Super Saiyan 1's mastered for Vegeta. They can go God. Otherwise, if we just gone Super Saiyan God with, Super Saiyan 2 powers, obviously, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan 2, if they had that mastered, and then, obviously beat Frieza, no problem. They didn't do that, and that, to me, I think they just don't have that form mastered at all. I think you need to have the transformation mastered in order to do it. That's my honest opinion on that. Maybe you guys disagree, but I can't find another way around it. Like, why would it limit it just to Super Saiyan 1? You know what I mean? Doesn't make sense to me. Because all they're doing is going Super Saiyan. They're not doing anything else. They're using the new base form and going Super Saiyan. That's it. And it's a little strange, but that's the way I see it in my own little headcanon. What the heck happened to Ask FM layout? My phone. On my phone, this is crap. Reminds me of Noctowl from Pokemon. Yeah, it's terrible. I don't know what the fuck is actually up with the owl. SSJ3 Goku GT versus Super Saiyan 3 Vegito Buu Saga. I think if you're going Super Saiyan 3 Vegito, I would say he'd win. That'd be my opinion. Please don't use that whole GT comic thing where it says Vegito is equal to Gogeta. Super Saiyan 4 Goku. I'm doing a whole video on that. I do not want you. Please don't debate that. I just think it's a terrible thing. You guys know where I stand on Vegito, but I'm gonna do a whole video on that. Remember, different writing teams and stuff working on the GT stuff, comics. Their vision of Vegito is completely different from Toriyama's. It never specifies Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Could say it's as strong as Super Saiyan 4 multiplier. It just says as strong as Super Saiyan 4. Doesn't say Goku. I don't know. I'm rambling. It's different writers. Understand that. I would still say Super Saiyan 3 Vegito would definitely be stronger than Super Saiyan 4 Goku from GT. That's my opinion. Come on, bro. Golden Frieza versus Super Janemba. Come on, bro. Are you missing something? Come on. I don't even think I need to answer this one. I can't touch the X here. There we go. Would you explain how Mystic Gohan is 15 times stronger than Super Saiyan 3 Goku? I've heard you say that, and it doesn't seem possible. That would mean that Goku somehow on Super Saiyan 4, which is a 10 times multiplier. Fan-made 10 times multiplier for those of you who don't know. Then Gohan would still be 5 times stronger with him. Well, first of all, that math's not right. He would be 50% stronger than him. And yeah, bare minimum, Gohan's 15 times stronger than Goku, in my opinion. Reason being, all that stuff I said about Super Buu and Gotenks earlier. And if you want to say Gotenks and Super Buu are around the same strength, go for it. So, say, as a percentage-wise, let's just say this. Gotenks is 100%, and Buu is 100%, okay? Let's just go off that. Combine those two, you got 200%. And when Buu tanks defused, like Gotenks defused inside of Buu, Goku said, oh, he's lost over a third of his power. Gohan can take him now. If you do a little bit of math, that ballparks to around Mystic Gohan being 15 times the strength of Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Bare minimum, ballpark for me. That's pretty much my answer. Hopefully you see this video. Hopefully. You might not, though. It's a long video. You might not see it. Does Nappa have a son in the Great Saiyaman saga? The leader of the bank robbers is straight up Nappa. I don't think Nappa has a son, but it's a good observation, I guess. Let's see here. Do you have any interest in SSJ9K? I don't really watch him. If I had an interest, I guess I would have watched him. I respect the work that he does, but I don't really watch it myself. Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan 3 Gogeta, Vegito and Gogeta Potara versus Beerus and Whis Fusion Potara. I think just I don't even think they need to go Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan 3, because the way I see it, Vegito, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan would mop the floor with Whis. And if you're going to add 2 fusions, I think they would mop the floor with a regular Whis and Beerus fusion. I think the extra transformations is honestly overkill. It really is. Do you think Dabura was underutilized? I did a whole video on it. Yes, he was underutilized. I did an entire video on that, actually. If you want to watch it, just look up was Dabura underutilized or whatever. You'll find it. It's by me. I'll probably forget to link it, quite honestly. But you can find it. Vegeta, SSJ, Buu Saga versus Dabura. Dabura would have beaten him. And this is going to be another thing that bothers me. When Vegeta said that he could beat Dabura, I don't think he was lying, obviously. But the thing people have to understand is Vegeta had Super Saiyan 2 unlocked before he became Majin. I don't know why people think. I think there's some dub things, or some of the games maybe said that he didn't get it until Majin. If you use common sense, it makes perfect sense why Vegeta would have unlocked Super Saiyan 2 after 7 years of training. He had Super Saiyan 2 before Majin. It wouldn't make any sense for him not to. He was not impressed with Gohan's Super Saiyan 2 strength at the tournament. That would basically be saying, oh yeah, Vegeta Super Saiyan 1 is stronger than Gohan Super Saiyan 2. No, even though Gohan got weaker, his Super Saiyan 2 would still be above Vegeta Super Saiyan 1. Again, you know, Vegeta, when he went Majin, then turned Super Saiyan 2, he turned into Super Saiyan 2 effortlessly. It wasn't some big transformation. He just transformed effortlessly into it. He already knew it. He already noticed how much stronger Goku was than him when no one else could tell. Like, when he's fighting when Yakon's being fought by Goku, Goku does that little burst of energy. Vegeta's the only one that notices that little energy burst. No one else picks up on it. Vegeta was so far ahead of the other guys. It makes sense, and Vegeta definitely had Super Saiyan 2 in my mind. There's no question about it before Majin. But I don't think Super Saiyan 1 Vegeta could beat Dabura at all. I don't even think it'd be close. Hachiyak versus Super Excel. Super Excel, no problem. If the average human, let's take you as example. Why do I have to be the example? Were to learn Kaioken and multiply our power by 2 times, would they be able to be on par or well above trained martial arts? Or would a 3 to 4 times Kaioken be required? I think 3 to 4 Kaioken, because you gotta think, you're multiplying my speed, strength, and possibly endurance by 3 to 4 times. There's going to be a technique. There's going to be a level of skill lacking, but I'm going to be so fast compared to them that I don't even know. Then again, Bruce Lee, they had to like manipulate the cameras to like keep up with the speed. So who knows? That's Bruce Lee though. That's another story. Would you rather be Oolong or in Dragon Ball or Puar in Dragon Ball? I'd say Oolong because he got the bitches. You know what I'm saying? How's your life, Jush? It's good. YouTube is a fun job. Are you gonna get Pokken? I think that's like the Pokemon fighting game. I doubt it. I don't even have a Wii U. Cell after 100,000 Zenkai boosts, each as big as the one he got from self-destructing versus Whis. That would basically be Cell getting about 20 or 200,000 times stronger. My goodness. Maybe Cell. That sounds plausible. I mean, if he's getting 200,000 times stronger. Oh no, but the thing is it would be 2 times 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 2. Ooh. Ooh, my heart. That is some power. Because even after 2 Zenkais, he'd be stronger than Super Saiyan 3 Goku. I think that's the math there. That is actually a plausible thing right there. I would think that big of a Zenkai, I would say yes, he would be stronger than Whis. That's a giant number. Excuse me. I would say yes, Cell. 100,000 Zenkais as big as the one from Perfect to Super Perfect? Yeah. What's the best thing that Vegeta that... Well, I'm going to disregard the last word there. I'm going to just say best thing about Vegeta, I assume is what he means. His personality. That is literally it. His personality is very unique. Piccolo versus Future Trunks. You're not really giving me a good range of power, sorry. You gotta tell me what Piccolo, like Piccolo from the Buu saga? What do you mean? You gotta be really specific here. I think that's what you guys gotta understand. Is GTA 5 your favorite game? It's pretty much on par with Metal Gear Solid 5 for me. They're about even. Broly SSJ4 versus Super Android 17. I say Super Android 17. Because, you know, Broly's not going to be smart enough to figure out 17's ability, you know, to absorb his energy. I think he absorbs the energy and then it's pretty much over. Like your videos, bro. Continue the good work. Well, man, I appreciate it when people actually, you know, sit back and really, you know, decide to message me or any comments to tell me I'm doing a good job. It makes me feel good. It shows me that people actually give a shit. And I like that. So I appreciate that, man. Hirudang versus Great Ape, Dragon Ball GT. I don't really think that's a close fight. Golden Great Ape. Nail versus Vegeta, beginning of Namek Saga. So you're taking Vegeta that's a 24,000, and you're putting him against a 42,000 power level Nail. Nail what mops the floor with him. You're gonna be like, oh well, you know, it's not about power. It's not about power always. Skill level. Zarbon, I guarantee, is not as good of a fighter as Vegeta. And when he transformed, he was probably about a 28,000 compared to Vegeta's 24,000. And Zarbon demolished him. So power levels are not as BS as some people like to tell you. And I want to do a video on power levels being BS or not, because I think people really use that. I've said it before. It bothers me when people say that word because they don't always use it. They don't use that term properly. I really don't think so. How do you think Frieza, not Dragon Ball Super, would react if he saw the androids? He'd probably be like, why are these random humans so fucking strong? Really, I don't know. They would have killed him probably because he would have tried to fight him. Gotenks SSJ3 versus Final Form Frieza, Dragon Ball Super. Again, I think that Frieza would beat Gotenks. Frieza in his final form in Dragon Ball Super to me is implied to be stronger than all the forms of Buu. That's just my mind. 30 Cell Jr. versus Broly. I'd say Broly. It's like throwing a bunch of flies at a fly swatter at that point. One Mecha Cooler second movie versus, well, there's only one Mecha Cooler movie, so versus Future Trunks Full Power. Wait. See, the problem is you're not giving me a good range for Future Trunks. If you're taking Future Trunks when he fought, you know, against Son of Perfect Cell, let's just say, Future Trunks, hands down. I'll even say Super Saiyan Future Trunks at that point will be able to beat him. You're not giving me a good range of what time point, though. So I'm confused. Full power, I guess you mean as max. It wouldn't even be a problem. Vegeta Saiyan Saga versus Turles. Turles would mop the floor with him. Turles is a power level I think was around a 38,000, I believe. And then after the Tree of Might for its, obviously not being included in this battle, it's just not even fair. If Yamcha and Tien fused, how strong would they become? I mean, I can't really give you a power level, but they'd be pretty powerful. And depends what fusion you're talking about, Patara or Fusion Dance. Because Tien would have to drop his power a lot to fuse with Yamcha. Let's just say Patara fusion. They should be able to take on... And I'm going to put them both at their maximum, their peaks, in terms of power here. I think combined they can beat... Ooh. Now you're going to be doing the question about how strong fusion is. I think minimum they'd probably be able to take on 50% Final Form Frieza. But it's possible 100% Frieza may be possible. That's a tough question. I don't know what I was scrolling down for. Right there. I got distracted. Broly's second move versus Dabura. I honestly, I still debate this and it could go either way for me. I still say Dabura. I get, hassled about this one all the time. Fact of the matter is, guys, Dabura, people say he was trying. I don't think Dabura was trying in his fight against Gohan. He wasn't trying to completely demolish Gohan. He was toying with him. He was much faster than Gohan in my mind. And, Spit, obviously, I think Broly would not be able to take on Dabura's Spit. He wouldn't dodge it or anything. Minus the Spit, I honestly think Dabura would have the edge. That's just my opinion. Dabura seems so high above Gohan that I think just Dabura, due to techniques, his magic, I just think that would put him over the edge. That's just my opinion. I think I'm alone with that opinion, and that's fine. I've had people debate. People bring up good arguments, but I'm still standing by my opinion until I hear, evidence otherwise. And if you're going to debate with me, I've had people, debate. I'm not getting mad at anyone. I know there's been a guy that's been, asking me a bunch of questions about Dabura. Don't ask me 12 million questions on AskFM. It floods my AskFM. It's a little bit annoying. If you're gonna debate Dabura with me, either comment on this video or go and message me on my Facebook page. That's the best way to contact me. Don't flood my AskFM, please. It's a little bit, because it's not a place for you to debate. It's a place for you to ask a single question or two, not 12 million, please. Now that that's out of the way, we can continue on. See, I told you I must sound like an asshole today. Just telling my honest opinion, that's all I'm doing. People can't handle that, they don't have to watch. What's with all the small blasts in Super? They look like they're not even trying to hurt each other, where the beams and the planet buster attacks like the rest of Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball wasn't filled with planet busting attacks, so I think you're remembering Dragon Ball wrong. Do you ever get troll questions all the time? I always get them. There's one coming up, actually. Hey DBN, will we see Vegito come back? It's definitely possible. It's not impossible. I feel like they hinted at it in the manga chapter when Kibito, Kai defused, but they never showed that in the anime for Dragon Ball Super. Maybe they're trying to hide it or something, but it's possible. It's not out of the realm of possibility, but it might be unlikely. Here's a troll question. Candy Vegito versus Beerus. Come on, guys. I don't even need to answer this one, do I? Beerus. Garlic Jr. Dead Zone versus Raditz. Honestly, wow, Dead Zone's a movie I probably haven't watched in I actually haven't watched Dead Zone in a while, but I would probably, are you saying with immortality or not? Because it seemed like he actually was a lot. I think Garlic Jr. could probably beat Raditz, especially with the immortality. Yeah. But then again, early Dragon Ball Z power scaling, even into the Frieza arc, was so weird. It could go either way. I'm just going off memory of Dead Zone. I don't watch that movie very often. It wasn't one of my favorites. I'm going off memory here. I think Garlic Jr. could probably win. And I'm talking about the transformed Garlic Jr. here. Can Cell use the Kaioken? How strong could he be? Someone's going to say I was outraged for saying Garlic Jr. Listen, I don't remember Dead Zone all that much. I have to rewatch that one. If Cell used Kaioken, how strong could he be? As strong as a Kaioken he could get up to, I guess. Pretty self-explanatory. Broly first move versus Bio Broly. I'd say regular Broly. He might be too stupid to dodge the Bio Broly gunk, though. Base Goten versus... I already answered this one. SSJ2 multiplier makes no sense. Gohan says his power was cut less than half, protecting Vegeta from Cell's attack. That would make him weaker than what he was as an SSJ when he shot that Kamehameha Cell. Thanks for answering. Gohan, I've already discussed, has had a big rage boost when he transformed as well. Because Super Saiyan 2 Gohan wouldn't even, based on how much Cell was holding back, Super Saiyan 2 Gohan will be equal to or a little bit weaker than Perfect Cell. And he clearly was much stronger than that. So he was either, he didn't get a multiplier of 2, he got a multiplier of like 3 to 4 times his normal strength because of that rage boost. And I think when people look at Gohan from the Buu saga, they don't consider the fact that Gohan not only got weaker in his base form, but when he turned Super Saiyan 2, he did not have that boost of rage he had against Cell. That's something people need to really understand. Gogeta vs Android 16, already answered this. Maybe it really did take 5 minutes for Nat to explode. As strong as fast as Goku was, maybe they fight in slow motion. It's not a bad theory. Do you think Perfect Cell can move many times the speed of light? Absolutely. Absolutely in my mind. Travel speed's a little bit weird. Definitely combat speed, no question. But travel speed in Dragon Ball Z is so weird. Like Trunks was so slow in the Buu saga. But even Goku on Namek, he went from like pretty much one side of the planet to the other in like a panel. But I don't know. Travel speed's so inconsistent. Fight speed, there's no question that they're multiple times the speed of light at this point. Would you like to see Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball Raging Blast 3? Wouldn't be bad to see it come back. It's unlikely. Even though it's a project, I doubt it's ever going to happen. Wouldn't be a bad thing, but that series is pretty much done with. How the fuck did Turles die from a spirit bomb when Vegeta was injured and he did not die? And Turles was not injured at all and he got hit with one and Turles was stronger than Vegeta. Turles was stronger than Vegeta. But Goku's base was stronger than was closer to Turles' base than Goku's base was to Vegeta's base, if that makes sense. And it's just writing. Different writing team. It's not. It's the thing is when it's a movie, you gotta take into consideration that's a different team of writers than from the manga. You have to understand that. And Vegeta's shown that he's like one of the most durable characters in relation to his power in the series, in my opinion. How the fuck did Bulma not die from the hit from Beerus? It makes no sense. How did she not die? It's called suppressing your power. Even though it's still stupid, but he suppressed his power. I just got done watching the Buu saga again, and Super Perfect Cell is way stronger than Dabura because Vegeta said when Gohan transformed, he said, let's see how good Dabura does against Super Saiyan. And when Goku was comparing Dabura to Cell, he had to have been talking about the one he fought against. Said this multiple times. I think the writing team meant to write Dabura stronger than Cell because it's the last villain. They didn't think. I don't think that the writing, and this is my headcanon, I don't think the writing team took into consideration of which one Goku would have sensed. I don't think they thought about it that deep. They almost never think about Dragon Ball that deeply. And if I remember correctly, when he says, let's see how Dabura does against Super Saiyan, that is only in the anime and may only be in the Funimation dub. I don't believe that's ever mentioned in the manga. The manga fight for Dabura and Cell is Dabura and Gohan is super short, guys. Very short fight. And if you're going by the anime, Dabura was implied to be hiding a lot more power than what he had shown. He actually is implied in my mind to be stronger than what he is in the anime. But that's my answer to that. If you was in Dragon Ball universe, what villain would you want to be? Cell. It's the same question. Definitely Cell. Do you think that well, just because Cell has a badass voice too. He's got cool attacks. Do you think that the characters in Dragon Ball move faster than the speed of light because they can move so fast you couldn't see them? I think definitely within Z, they clearly, in my mind, it would make sense for them to move many times faster than light. Why is Mr. Satan world champion when he did not beat the world champion before him? He won a world championship tournament, so he must have become one. He beat Spopovich to become champion. Like, was that the one that decided the current champion? I don't remember. Do you think the characters in Dragon Ball... Oh, that's the same thing as the other one. Got this one already. Here's more of these Dabura questions. The only evidence that Goku's ambiguous statement of he's a magic user and he's tougher than I thought. Otherwise, a fully perfect, super perfect. I feel like there's some stuff missing from here. It's tougher than I thought. Cell with an arsenal of fighting DNA would trash Dabura, who didn't even manage to accomplish his objective, which was to inflict damage on Gohan. Again, Dabura was not going 100%. Pretty clear to me he was not going 100%. Even after, when he goes back to fight, Gohan goes back to Buu's egg to fight Dabura. He says, we had a little scuff before, but I can manage them. And I've said before, I think it was from like Herms or something from Kanzenshuu, in the original Japanese text for the manga, Goku doesn't just say he's tougher than I thought. He says he's way stronger than I thought. That's a big difference. And if he's comparing to Super Perfect Cell, I can't see, even though maybe you think the scaling's a little bit off, statements to me, if a statement weighs more than power scaling a lot of times. You know, Goku underestimated Dabura. Goku's underestimated characters before. In my mind, Dabura is stronger than Cell. If you go back and rewatch the fight, which is irrelevant for this debate because it's all about the manga, reread the manga. Good, you mentioned the manga. Dabura threw a beat down on Gohan, yet Gohan was hardly damaged. The meter wasn't moving at all. If Gohan wasn't as rusty as he was, he would have been able to beat Dabura, as stated by Vegeta, if he had trained Super Perfect Cell stomps Dabura. Thing is, again, Gohan, you know, if he wasn't as rusty, if he continued training or something like that, yeah, he probably could have beaten Dabura if he kept up with what he was doing. But, I said it, Dabura is never going all out. He never is. And yeah, it is a little weird why the meter isn't moving. I always found that weird. I'm not going to disagree with that. There's good points to make in the side for Cell, but I just think that in my mind, it just, based off what Goku says, it makes sense for me why Cell would be weaker than Dabura. To me. If Gohan during the Buu saga is weaker than what he was in the Cell games, and he's basically stalemate with Dabura, then Dabura clearly isn't defeating Cell. And Goku saying that he's a magic user and that he's tougher than I thought doesn't automatically equate to being stronger. He compared him to Cell, said he was stronger than I thought. That puts him above Cell. Dabura was not trying 100%, therefore not really stalemating. That's my mind about it. I know you're still going to probably debate with me. That's fine. You're entitled to your opinion. I'm entitled to mine. That's pretty much the end of it for me. I don't really have much to say on the matter. It's such a short fight in the manga. The anime is irrelevant to me for the debate. Dabura is even stronger in the anime in my mind, the way he's displayed. Though that he's like actually, you know, powering up to like a next level pretty much and holding back. That's the way I see it. So yeah. Would you enjoy looking at the sight of Friend World's face? It's an interesting question that I'm not gonna answer here. Are you a weeaboo? Do I fucking sound like one? Why do dumbasses say that regular perfect Cell could destroy Broly? I don't think he'd destroy him, but it'd be a good fight. I think in the end, due to Cell's techniques, he could beat him. My opinion. But I wouldn't say destroy. That's silly. So maybe in 3 years when you're not doing these videos, will you go to college? I think maybe sometime I'll go to college and do YouTube with it. It'll kind of pay for the college. I'll still be doing this in 3 years, I feel like. It's not going to be something I can do forever, but it's a temporary job, I guess. It's not going to be forever. None of us are going to do this forever. I'll keep doing this as long as Dragon Ball stays relevant, which will be for a while. But yeah. And I think that's a good spot to end this Q&A off. I hope you guys enjoy this Q&A. I know it's a lot long. I'm starting to lose my voice. My throat has been very dry the last half of this Q&A. I think I'm coming down with a cold. So that's why I fucked up a lot of words. My throat is very dry right now. I need something to drink bad. I drank too much coffee. It's a diuretic. It dehydrates you. Fucked me over. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching this. Again, you know, if you want to comment on some of the things I commented on here, feel free to do so. But other than that, thanks for watching, and catch you later.